Would you choose to die as a man or live forever as a monster? In 1930s Mississippi, the devil doesn't just carry a pitchfork, he carries a guitar and a thirst for blood that could wipe out an entire town. When two mob-connected brothers try to open a dream business, they accidentally invite a nightmare to dinner that turns their lifestyle into a literal slaughterhouse. Welcome back to the channel, Billionz family. I'd like to wish all of you a great day. Today we are breaking down The Sinner, a story where the music is soulful, but the price of a ticket is your very soul. Before we get into the story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to support this channel. We open in 1932. A young man named Sammy stumbles into a Sunday church service, drenched in blood and clutching a shattered guitar. His father, the local priest Yedidia, begins to pray over him, but Sammy isn't hearing the gospel, he's seeing visions of creatures that would make a demon sweat. This isn't just a bad day, it's the aftermath of a war that started exactly 24 hours ago. It all started when the twins, Smoke and Stack, returned from the Chicago mob with stolen cash and a singular mission: build an empire. They buy an old sawmill from Hogwood, a former Klansman, issuing a lethal warning to any KKK members. Hogwood laughs it off, but think about that for a second, a Klansman acting nice? This is not normal. He's hiding a massive trap behind that fake laugh. Meanwhile, Sammy's father, Yedidia, scolds him for playing the devil's music. It's heavy irony, Yedidia is terrified of the blues, completely blind to the actual demons waiting in the woods. The twins interrupt the sermon to take Sammy to their new site. On the way, they find their old truck and Smoke kills a snake in the back with a knife, zero hesitation. Stack drives Sammy around, giving dirty advice, but the vibe shifts when Sammy asks how their dad died. Stack reveals their father was highly abusive until Smoke literally burned him to death. No, this is where it gets disturbing. They've been living in violence since childhood. Stack gifts Sammy their father's guitar and they head to the station to recruit Slim, a brilliant, alcoholic harmonica player, by bribing him with unlimited beer. Pure predatory manipulation, Stack instantly weaponizes an addiction to buy loyalty. While Sammy jams with Slim, Stack misses his ex, Mary, watching from the shadows. Later, Mary confronts Stack for abandoning her. Stack acts heartless just to push her away, trying to keep her safe from his chaotic life. The trio then heads to the cotton fields to hire a bouncer named Cornbread. Smoke visits his ex-wife, Annie, a hoodoo practitioner, who warns him her rituals are the only thing keeping the twins alive. That afternoon, a burning Irish immigrant named Remick runs to a cabin, begging Joan and Bert for help against the Choctaw tribe. Wait, what? Remick targeted them specifically because he saw clan uniforms inside. He knew their greed would bypass any warnings. Remick offers gold coins. The Choctaw show up tracking him, but Joan lies to protect their prize. Once they leave, Joan finds Bert unconscious with a torn neck and Remick covered in blood. Bert wakes up with mutated eyes. Remick is a vampire and just turned him. The juke joint opens to a wild crowd. Smoke is annoyed that Stack is accepting plantation credits, but the party is legendary. Sammy takes the stage, and his talent is so powerful that the spirits of the past and future literally join the party. The music is so pure it rips a hole through time, bridging the living and the dead. The music draws the undead Remick, Bert, and Joan. The twins reject them at the door, but the predator is already inside. Mary returns, bleeding from a hidden bite. She kisses Stack passionately, and he's too distracted to notice the blood. The tragic blind spot of love, Stack can spot an ambush from a mile away, yet he completely drops his guard for her. Chaos erupts when a gambler starts slashing players. As Smoke handles it, he notices Cornbread is missing. He opens a side door and catches vampire Mary actively draining Stack. Smoke shoots her, but she heals instantly and escapes. Stack dies in Smoke's arms. Suddenly, Cornbread reappears with a vampire face, forcing Smoke to bar the door. Then, Stack's voice calls out from the side room, claiming he's fine. Annie warns Smoke his brother is dead, this is just a monster. Stack bursts through, but Annie burns him with garlic juice, forcing him to flee. Outside, a nightmare awaits. Remick has turned a massive crowd, forcing them to dance blindly to his song. Absolute nightmare fuel. Remick claims his power is the tool for black liberation, a deeply evil manipulation tactic framing eternal damnation as freedom. Remick reveals the ultimate betrayal. Hogwood sold them the land so the black community would gather for an easy clan slaughter. A frantic guest breaks the protection threshold, and the monsters storm in. A brutal war erupts. Smoke is forced to stake the transforming Annie, while Slim sacrifices himself to buy the others time. Moments later, the turned horde corners Perline. Sammy tries to reach her, but she gets brutally swarmed and bitten before his eyes, forcing a heartbroken Sammy to leave her behind as she begins to transform. Sammy leaps from the building, breaking his leg. Remick corners him, but as Sammy prays, the turned townsfolk join in. Their old human spiritual memory is fighting back. Enraged, Remick tries to drown Sammy. Inside, Stack pins Smoke but hesitates to bite his twin. Smoke uses that second to drive a stake home. And this is the 1 billion IQ vibes twist nobody saw coming. Sammy looks at his shattered guitar and notices its hidden silver faceplate. Sammy realizes the vampires are bound to the rhythm. He smashes his guitar over Remick's head, embedding the silver disc deep into the vampire's skull, releasing a sonic frequency that drops every vampire in agony. Smoke sprints out and drives a final stake into Remick. As the sun rises, the vampires ignite. Smoke forces Sammy to flee before the clan arrives. Smoke ambushes Hogwood's platoon, wiping out half before being gunned down. With his final breath, he blows 2 clansmen to pieces with a grenade and executes Hogwood. Decades later, an elderly Sammy is playing a dark club when the vampire versions of Mary and Stack appear. They reveal that after the massacre, Smoke found Mary and Stack in the woods but couldn't bring himself to kill his own blood, sparing them on that one condition: never hurt Sammy. They offer him eternal life through the music, but Sammy turns them down, ready to rest. Stack smiles sadly, remembering that last night at the juke joint, the last time he ever felt truly free. Smash that like button and subscribe to support the channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Wait, don't click off yet, just give me a minute. There are a few hidden gems in this movie you absolutely missed, and they change everything. Let's go deeper. This movie is a masterclass in determinism. The twins thought their lethal mob skills made them unstoppable, but they walked straight into a 200-year-old blood trap they never saw coming. The real tragedy is how the monsters weaponized love. Stack was completely blindsided and bitten by Mary because his genuine affection for her made him drop his guard. Psychology calls this exploitation of trust. Predators don't always kick down the front door, they use a familiar face to slip past your defenses when you're most vulnerable. Look at Remick's ancient gold coins. They represent timeless greed, showing that the system keeping people trapped in 1932 was the exact same cycle running centuries before. Never mistake a shortcut for safety. Hogwood handed over that land easily not to help the twins, but to herd the entire community into one localized slaughterhouse. Immortality didn't bring peace, it made Stack a permanent prisoner of the dark. The only thing the monsters couldn't corrupt was Sammy's music, proving real freedom is found in the light. If you want elite breakdowns that value your time and keep it 100% real, hit that like, subscribe, and join the Billionz family. Stay sharp, stay smart. Until next time.